Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive, where your spare change might just be a hidden fortune. Imagine this, a tiny 10-cent coin, just one slim slice of South African currency, selling for over $45,000. That's right, a coin that many of us wouldn't think twice about, that could be rolling around at the bottom of a drawer or stuck in a forgotten jar, is now one of the most sought-after rarities in African numismatics. But what makes the 1999 South Africa 10-cent coin so special? Why are collectors losing their minds over what looks like just another small copper coin? And here's the real kicker, could you have one sitting around right now? Stick around, because this is more than just a coin story, this is a potential life-changing discovery. Let's rewind the clock. In the late 1990s, the South African 10-cent coin was a regular part of daily life. Used for small purchases, bus fares, or handed out as change, these little coins were everywhere. When 1999 came around, thousands were minted and circulated. But what nobody knew at the time was that a select few were flawed in the most magnificent way. And that's where the legend of the 1999 10-cent coin truly begins. At a glance, this coin seems ordinary. Obverse front features the classic South African coat of arms, along with the country's name written in one of the 11 official languages. In this case, it might say SUID Africa or South Africa. Reverse back shows the denomination 10C alongside the graceful arum lily, a hallmark of South African flora. But here's the twist, there's something hidden beneath the surface. And it all starts with a minting error. While most 1999 10-cent coins were struck perfectly, a tiny batch was mistakenly struck on the wrong metal planchets, likely intended for a completely different denomination. Instead of the standard bronze-plated steel, these rare errors were struck on a different alloy entirely, possibly nickel, silver, or even aluminum bronze. This accident transformed an everyday coin into a collector's dream. Why? Because mint errors like this are incredibly rare and incredibly valuable. What makes this even more exciting is that some of these error coins also display a double die strike, an extremely rare phenomenon where the engraving appears doubled or misaligned due to faulty die calibration at the mint. Now pair that with a wrong metal planchet? You've got the holy grail of South African modern coinage. And that's exactly what happened when one of these coins surfaced at auction recently. It had a rare metal composition, a visible double die strike, and it was graded MS67 by a professional numismatic service. The hammer came down at $45,000. One tiny 10-cent coin, enough to buy a car, pay off debt, or start a small business. So how can you tell if your 1999 10-cent coin is the real deal? Here are a few quick tests. Weigh it. The standard 10C coin weighs about 2 grams. If it's noticeably lighter or heavier, that's a red flag or maybe a gold mine. Magnet test. Bronze-plated steel is magnetic. But if your coin doesn't stick to a magnet, it might be an error coin struck on a non-magnetic planchet. Check the detail. Genuine error coins often show clear doubling or misalignment. Also, check for sharp details in the flower and coat of arms. Counterfeits are usually less defined. Inspect the color. The normal coin has a dull bronze tone. A different metal will show a noticeably different hue, more silver, gold, or even pale in appearance. Edge examination. The edge should be reeded or smooth depending on the issue. If it's uneven, cracked, or seems layered, get it examined professionally. Why 1999? It was a transitional year for the South African mint. Technology upgrades, metal cost changes, and shifting production lines often lead to these kinds of rare minting mistakes. Transitional years are prime time for numismatic gold mines, and 1999 is no exception. In fact, one lucky collector in Cape Town recently found a 10-cent coin with a silverish tint in a forgotten drawer. That very coin, after verification, sold for just over $45,000 at a private auction. So, what are you waiting for? Check your jars, your drawers, your old wallets and piggy banks. Because the next big numismatic discovery might just be in your pocket. If you learned something new today, give this video a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss the next hidden treasure. Got your own rare coin story? Share it in the comments, we might feature you in a future episode. Until next time, stay curious, keep collecting, and remember, one coin can change everything.